continuous voter registration is still ongoing. Use the opportunity to register to vote. On the news this evening, Governor Fubara inspects Trans-Calabari Road project. Court acquits 12 suspects in murder trial of female inspector in Rivers. President Tinubu holds closed-door meeting with service chiefs. PDP postpones screening of aspirants for 2025 National Convention. NERD says federal government owing doctors and other health workers 38 billion naira in allowances. On the foreign scene, 92-year-old Cameroon president re-elected for another 7-year term. I'm Sam Chinedu, and the news continues after the break. Governor Siminalai Fubara says he is satisfied with the level of work done at the main Trans-Calabari Road project. Governor Fubara said this when he inspected the 12.2-kilometer road project on Monday. The governor, who was taking around the project on a boat, said with almost 75% of the piling work completed, he may drive on the bridge in the next 6 months.
You can see for yourself that this project is purely a very difficult project because of the terrain. But to the glory of God, this afternoon, I can attest to the reports that I've been receiving that 70%, almost 75% of the piling job, which is the key thing, have been achieved. And by the grace of God, in the next 6 months, very, very positive that if we're coming here for inspection, we might run through the bridge.
Fubara expressed optimism that the project will positively impact the lives of Calabari people when completed.
We made a promise to our people that we'll continue to embark on projects that will change their life and bring development. As everyone can see, this is a key project that is going to turn around the life of the Kalawari people immediately this project is concluded.
The road project was awarded to Lubri Construction Company Limited in May 2024 at a cost of over 222.1 billion naira, with 30% of the amount already paid. The project is being funded through the state's internally generated revenue. The initial completion timeline was 32 months. However, it is uncertain whether the road will still be completed within that time frame, and if further payment will be made to the contractor. The Trans-Calabari Road runs from NSS Pathfinder immediately after Mwodohia community and extends to about 2 kilometers to the Aka Base Road in Rumelimini community in Obiakwa local government area. The road will also pass through the swamps behind the Ignatius Ajuri University of Education in Rumelimini, moving southwards towards the first bridge crossing and continues through a series of bridges. The road also connects many communities up to Tombia town. Meanwhile, a construction expert, Professor Sophie Joab Peterson, says the decision of Governor Siminalai Fubara to continue with projects he initiated is a sign he is determined to succeed. Professor Peterson, Head Sociology Department, University of Port Harcourt, said this while speaking with correspondent Oinka Chinwosu. He also defended the governor's delay in appointing commissioners more than a month after resuming from suspension.
Somebody who went through that kind of process, it can be very devastating. Requires time to sit down and re-strategize. There are certain programs he started which he has returned to. So it shows somebody who is determined. Some of his supporters felt they didn't like the concessions he made. So it is also important to appoint those who he thinks appreciate his own contribution to peace. And it's not what can be done, by happenstance. It requires clear thinking.
Professor Peterson believes the action of the governor is an indication that he truly wants peace in Rivers State. The paramount ruler of Pia in Kana local government area of Rivers State, Lucky Airwall, is calling on the management of the NNPCL not to delay the soil test in the area affected by the 3-month-old oil spill caused by equipment failure. Airwall made the appeal in an interview with correspondent Suibi Ruwari while confirming that some management staff of the NNPCL in charge of the affected oil field had visited the community to distribute relief materials.
Trying to reach them now that they should not delay upcoming for the soil test and every other necessary things that they need to put on, that they should not as well divert it to any other group in that community or outside that community. They should come directly to meet the paramount ruler. It have not been closed, it's still leaking. So they promise that after this relief material, they are coming to do the necessary things to seal it up as well, soil test and others.
He explained that following the visit by the owners of the oil field which caught fire during the spill, the community had suspended its planned legal action against the company.
To NNPC that we have received the relief material in their community because several months and weeks have gone. They have been delayed after the GFV test confirmed equipment failure. So we have been waiting, holding several meetings, delay, and now they have come to give the relief material to their community.
The paramount ruler of Pia also commended the staff and management of Kuwazobia Nigeria Info radio stations for prioritizing the coverage of environmental issues affecting rural communities, noting that his community had benefited from such coverage without any financial commitment.
They are too good, and I love them. Without even dropping anything, they have been there for me, making sure that this information go far. So I really love them, and I want them as well. If what they have did to me and to their community, they should as well continue to do other community things like this happen. I love them so much, and I will continue. To work with them. Where Jobia concerned, one day I will just try to visit there.
Recall that 3 months ago, an oil spill occurred in the community, which was later confirmed to have been caused by equipment failure. The death toll from the building collapse in Oyimbo, Lagos, has tragically risen, with 2 dead persons recovered from the rubble. According to the Lagos Chief Fire Officer Amadu Shakiru, the overall rescue count has increased to 26 people, confirming the latest casualty figures. A correspondent spoke to Director of Lagos State Ambulance Services, Makinde Beatrice.
Yeah, for now, we're able to rescue 26 of them. 21 we are taking to our public hospitals with various degrees of injuries, and they were being managed free of charge. And 5 were treated in the ambulance and were discharged. Unfortunately, we lost 2 of them, which is a male and an elderly woman. For now, we've gotten to ground zero. There's no victim, and confirmed by all the residents.
The crisis within the People's Democratic Party is far from over, raising doubts about the possibility of its national convention scheduled for November 2025 in Oyo State holding as planned. This follows accusation by the PDP Zonal Secretary Arthur Ugochukwu, who alleges that some PDP governors from the southwest are attempting to hijack the party's structure. Speaking on Nigeria Info's Morning Crossfire, Ugochukwu claims that the southwest is seeking to impose individuals who are not members of the party into key leadership positions. He alleges that one of such individuals is the embattled former Southeast Zonal Chairman of the PDP from Ebonyi State, Ali Odefa, who, according to him, has been expelled from the party by his ward, a decision backed by 2 subsistent court judgments.
Some of the governors from the Southwest want to impose persons who are not members of the party in the party structure. So that is why you see the likes of the FCT minister fighting, trying to save the party from the imminent danger. One, Honorable Ali Odefa, he has been expelled by his Okudoku ward. There are 2 consistent judgments of the court, Federal High Court, banning him from participating in any activity of the party. We invite somebody that is not a member of the party into critical meetings of the party. In fact, even included their names in the convention.
Regarding the zoning of the party leadership, Ugochukwu clarified that the zoning committee of the National Convention resolved that the existing zoning structure should remain. He debunked claims by lawmaker representing Idato North constituency in Imo State, Ikenga Ugochinyere, that there are plans to impose an APC governorship nominee for the position of PDP national women leader.
They made a resolution which states that every position of the party should remain. The national chairman that initially came from the North Central should remain in North Central. The national secretary which came from the South East should remain in South East. So, and that was what the NEC approved of. Woman leader you just mentioned now is zoned to the South Cross River State. It was never zoned to the South East. What was zoned to the South East is national secretary. That is what the Dr. Malaina is occupying presently. The PDP in the South East wants the convention to go on, and will make sure the convention goes on if they do the right thing.
In the meantime, the People's Democratic Party has postponed its screening of aspirants for its 2025 elective national convention. The screening was originally slated for Tuesday, October 28, 2025. This was contained in a statement released today, Monday, by the chairman of the National Convention Organizing Committee and governor of Adamawa State, Amadu Fintiri. The party explained that the postponement was due to unforeseen circumstances and says a fresh date for the exercise would be announced soon. Governor Fintiri apologized to all aspirants and members of the committee, regretting any inconvenience the change might have caused. He reaffirmed the committee's commitment to ensuring a transparent, credible, and seamless national convention. And still in politics, but back here in Rivers State, the crisis rocking political parties continue to take center stage. This is because the spokesperson of the Emeka Beke-led All Progressives Congress in the state, Darlington Wuju, insists the tenure of APC executives elected in October 2021 has been extended to December 2025 by the National Working Committee of the party. Wuju's claim comes despite the party's national leadership recognizing the Tony Okocha-led faction. In an interview with correspondent Soebi Ruwari, he explains that the tenure of all APC executives elected in October 2021 was extended to the end of this year, and the Beke-led executive is expected to benefit from the extension.
The tenureship of persons elected all over Nigeria on 16th October 2021 was extended by the neck of the party to December of 2025. Barring any other political undercurrents, the neck of the party, which is the highest, the most powerful organ of our party outside of our convention or congresses, has extended tenure of elected state executives to December of 2025.
On his part, former spokesman of the Labour Party in Rivers State, Gogo Wellington, says the party currently has no recognized state working committee members. Wellington, who serves as the secretary of the Obedient Movement in Rivers State, noted that the leadership of the party will soon release a list of authentic executive members.
All state working committees were dissolved, and we are in the process of re-electing those state committees. And in all these states, we have the Obedient Movement currently standing in and working hard towards the re-emergence of the ESCOs of the Labour Party across board. The Labour Party in Rivers State is undergoing a process of change of leadership. We are at the very tail end of that process, and very soon the public will hear about the development.
President Bola Tinubu is holding a closed-door meeting with service chiefs at a presidential villa in Abuja. The reason for the meeting is unknown. However, it is believed to be connected to the security architecture in the country. This is coming days after Tinubu reshuffled the military hierarchy. We'll take a break. Upon our return, court discharges 12 suspects in murder trial of female inspector in Rivers. Details after the break. Welcome back. A Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt on Monday discharged and acquitted 12 suspects standing trial for the alleged murder of a female police inspector, Christiana Erekere, bringing an end to the long legal battle. Delivering judgment on the case, which began on June 18, 2024, the trial judge, Justice Augusta Kingsley Chukwu, ruled that the prosecution failed to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the 12 suspects conspired to murder the late Inspector Erekere. Justice Kingsley Chukwu noted that the testimonies of the prosecution witnesses were contradictory and that the evidence presented had no direct link to the suspects. Making reference to the autopsy report, the court stated that it indicated the deceased may have died from other complications, including asthma and suffocation, among other factors. The court also ordered the prosecution to pay 1 million naira each to the 12 defendants as compensation. Recall that Inspector Christiana Erekere was allegedly killed on April 24, 2024, during a stop-and-search operation at the Taba Police Division in Kanaloku government area by the now acquitted suspects who were traveling from Delta State to Akwa Ibom for a traditional wedding ceremony. Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that the lawyer to the first and third defendants, Sonny Wokoro, the lawyer to the fourth, fifth, and 10th defendants, Robert Ngwere, and lawyer to the second and sixth to 12 defendants, Sunday Womom, spoke to journalists after the judgment.
Murder is on proof beyond reasonable doubt. It's not based on emotions. The facts has to be proved. The defendants, each of them has to be linked directly to the death. So it's not something that is sentimental and emotional. And the court agreed with the defense team that the prosecution did not prove their case beyond all reasonable doubt, and therefore discharged and acquitted all the defendants.
I feel very happy. I feel fulfilled for a defense counsel to defend a charge of conspiracy and murder. And at the end of the day, justice has taken its course.
My Lord, Honorable Justice Lord Sachibu has done very well. The judgment is in line with the rules of court, the provision of the law, as it were.
The prosecution lawyer, Celestine Dixon, also spoke to journalists.
I'm sure that the outcome of today's judgment, that a group of people last week just moved into a police station and beat up a police officer, and the person passes on descending. The court will now come to the conclusion that those people should walk away, even when the court agrees that certain people engaged the deceased in a fight. The court still went ahead and discharged and acquit those. The team is going to meet with the police authorities and review the judgment very well and advise on the next step to take.
On their part, the elder brother of the late Inspector Erekere, Nkue Bariledum, and her daughter Fortune Erekere expressed concern over the judgment.
Today, we have seen the matter the way it goes, and I, in person, is not particularly satisfied about the way the matter was discharged. Because number one, there is an issue in question, and the issue is the disease, the dead lady that has children to take care of, that has mother and other relations to take care of. Because I'm not satisfied, but we have to go for appeal.
They've killed someone, but today they free all of them that they should go. What about us? Who will take care of us? My own siblings and I will be suffering ever today. I'm not go to school. They don't go and know we are managed, and you come with just people go just like that. How about us? How about the person that died? What I want is justice for my mom. They're not supposed to free all of them just like that because they kill someone.
The president of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. Mohammed Suleiman, on Monday alleged that the federal government owes doctors and other health workers across the country a debt estimated at 38 billion naira in accumulated allowances. Suleiman said this during a press briefing in Abuja while presenting the resolutions of the extraordinary National Executive Council meeting, which followed the expiration of NARD's 30-day ultimatum issued to the federal government. The chairman of Eche Local Government Council, Chima Boniface Njoko, has directed all tipper drivers operating on all Eche roads to strictly comply with the rules and guidelines regulating their operations as issued by the Committee on Sand Dredging and Mining Activities. Njoko gave the directive following reports of recklessness and unauthorized activities by some tipper operators, which have caused damage to the road network and pose serious safety risks to other road users. He emphasized that the council will not tolerate any act of disobedience or lawlessness from individuals or groups who fail to respect constituted authority. The chairman warned that any tipper driver or operator who fails to comply with the directive of the committee will have his tipper impounded henceforth. He affirmed his administration's commitment to restoring discipline, order, and accountability in all sectors of the local government and called on transport unions, community leaders, and stakeholders to cooperate with the council to ensure the smooth implementation of government policies aimed at safeguarding public infrastructure and ensuring the safety of lives and property. On the international scene, Cameroon's Constitutional Council have declared President Paul Biya the winner of the October 12 election. Biya won with 53.66% of the votes, while his main opponent and former ally, Issa Chiroma Bakari, came second with 35.19%. Voter turnout for the election was set to be 57.6% with an abstention rate of 42.24%. 10 candidates contested for the office of the president. Biya, who has never lost an election, was widely considered the favorite to win. However, the results announced differ from those claimed by Chiroma, who had earlier declared himself the winner. Biya will remain the president of Cameroon for the next 7 years. On the news this evening, you heard that Governor Siminalayi Fubara on Monday inspected the Trans-Calabari Road project. We told you the court has acquitted 12 suspects in the murder trial of a female inspector in Rivers State. You heard President Bola Tinubu is holding a closed-door meeting with service chiefs at the presidential villa in Abuja. You also heard the PDP has postponed its screening of aspirants for the 2025 National Convention. On the foreign scene, we told you 92-year-old Cameroon President Paul Biya has been re-elected for another 7-year term. The news was edited by Ifunaya Obeme Ndukwe. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Sam Chinedu. Thanks for listening.